Welcome to the deep dive. Today we are jumping into a world that is, frankly, it's pretty terrifying.
It really is.
We're taking a look at the exclusive, the hyper-competitive, and I think you could say philosophically intense world of Alpha Academy.
And the source material we're working with here is just remarkable. We're looking at the very first group, the inaugural class of this place.
So we have a direct window into the beginning.
We do. Our documents give us this incredible access to the founder's vision, the almost surreal environment of the island itself. And this is the crucial part, the intense psychological journey of three key students.
Right.
We have Skye, Allie J, and Charlie, all during their first few days.
Right, and our mission here isn't just to, give you a book report. We really want to dig in and define the core idea of alphaness, at least as the founder, Shira Brazille, sees it.
And we have to dissect this psychological pressure cooker she's built. We're going to track how identity, both, the real hard-won kind and the completely fake manufactured kind, how it holds up under this insane level of scrutiny.
And you can't start the story anywhere else but with the founder. You have to start with Shira Brazille.
Absolutely, this self-proclaimed international alpha female. I mean, Shira isn't just a CEO. She is a brand, a phenomenon. She built this billion-dollar empire, Brazille Enterprises.
Which is everything, right? It's the female empowerment workshops, or FUWs. It's the X-chromosome cosmetics line.
Exactly. And the whole mythology around her is that she built it all on, and this is her quote, good instincts and sheer determination, or rather, sheer determination.
So she's even branded her own willpower.
She has. And that's what Alpha Academy is. It's the ultimate expression of that brand. It's her legacy project designed to find and mold the next generation.
And the students she picks they're unbelievable on paper.
The resumes are staggering.
Yeah.
The sources list them as these extraordinary combinations. You've got an environmentalist poetess, a dancer model actress, a junior Wimbledon winner inventor.
A Bollywood film star, cell phone novelist. I mean, who are these people? It sounds like an assembly of superheroes.
It does. But this is the first big psychological twist Shira throws at them. The second they arrive, she basically tells them those resumes don't matter.
Right. She says a true alpha is more than her resume. So why bring in all this incredible, polished talent just to tell them it's not enough?
Because she's not looking for what they've done. She's looking for what they are. She's looking for a certain psychological blueprint. She says a true alpha is a machine with heart. She's the future.
A machine with heart. That's the paradox right there.
That's the whole ballgame.
Yeah.
It's about a fusion of cold, perfect execution with this unstoppable internal drive.
And if you can manage to survive this whole gauntlet for a year, the prize is it's astronomical.
It is. The promise is your wildest dreams will roll out before you like a giant red carpet. We're not talking about a good college recommendation.
No, this is a guarantee of global success, which just raises the stakes on every single conversation, every test, every interaction they have from the moment they step on that island.
Let's talk about that island, because to really get what these girls are going through, you have to understand the environment. Alpha Academy isn't a school. It's more like a controlled experiment.
And the setting, Alpha Island, is the first piece of that control.
Oh, absolutely. It's a monument to Shira's power. It's a huge, man-made oasis that's been literally carved out of the Mojave Desert.
The sheer hubris of that is a constant message, isn't it? She didn't find a place, she made one.
She made her own world. And crucially, she built it inside its own biosphere. This gives her the ability, and the sources are very clear on this, to literally control the weather.
That part is just incredible. When Shira's angry or stressed, her body temperature supposedly rises, and then storm clouds gather over the island.
Exactly. So the environment itself is a direct reflection of the founder's mood. You can't escape her influence. It's in the air you breathe.
And this philosophy of control is baked into the architecture, too. It's sort of inspired by the Acropolis, this classical ideal.
But then it's overlaid with this super futuristic, almost alien design. Everything is curved. The Zen Center, the music hall, the arc-shaped zoo.
Right, and there's that quote from Shira. There are no angles at alphas in the architecture anyway.
And that's so telling. The buildings are all about flow, fluidity, perfection. But the social structure she creates is nothing but sharp edges and conflict. It's a built-in contradiction.
That tension is everywhere. Okay, so let's get into daily life for the students, because the economy of the island is maybe the most brutal part.
This is where it gets into real survival territory. Money, as we know it, doesn't exist. It's replaced by grades, and those grades are given a monetary value through their APODs, their digital guides.
The sources spell this out so clearly. An A lets you eat for a week.
But an F will leave you skinnier than salmonella. The school mantra is you fail, you starve.
So this isn't about getting a bad report card. This is existential.
It's completely existential. And what it does is it immediately strips away any privilege you walked in with. It doesn't matter if your family is wealthy or if you were a famous actress. On Alpha Island, your ability to eat tomorrow depends entirely on how you perform today.
How does that level of primal fear linking, a test score to actual food, affect their ability to learn?
It creates a baseline of constant humming anxiety. There's no relaxing, ever. Because a bad grade isn't just a mark on a paper, it's a physical threat. It forces them into this state of pure performance-based survival, which is exactly the do-or-die determination Shira wants.
And all of this is reinforced by the tech. The whole campus is smart. It's 100% green, powered by solar panels.
But the sunshades on the pavilion open and close on their own. The environment is alive, it's watching, and the girls live in these snow globe-shaped domes.
Named after incredibly powerful women. Jackie O, Oprah, Hillary Clinton, Beyonce.
Which is another psychological tool. You're literally sleeping inside the symbol of someone's massive success. It's both inspiring and deeply intimidating.
So there's no escape from the pressure. And it's all managed through their APOD.
Which is their guide, their bank account, their messenger, total digital immersion, which means total control.
Let's talk about the staff. Because it's not just teachers. They have these figures called muses.
Yeah, the muses are there to be these sort of philosophical guides, almost like therapists for the pressure cooker.
And the example we have is Thalia, the fortune cookie muse.
Right. And her backstory is perfect for Shira's philosophy. She was a star basketball player who got injured, so she pivoted and got a degree in psychology. She turned a physical failure into an intellectual strength.
And she gives the girls these little quotes from Helen Keller or Shakespeare or Eckhart Tolle.
Which is fascinating, isn't it? They're in this cutthroat survival of the fittest world, but they're getting these messages about inner peace and self-actualization.
So the muses are there to make sure the girls process the pain in a productive way.
Precisely. The pain has to be channeled into ambition, not despair. And that ambition, that constant need to be seen, to shine, is literally woven into their clothes.
The uniform, the famous alpha uniform.
It's a champagne-colored blouse, a silver tie, pleated miniskirt, and these clear gladiator sandals. But the key detail is that it's all made of reflective metallic fabrics.
Which is not just for looks.
No, it is a profound psychological device. The official reason is to remind the girls to shine each and every day. But what it really does is it forces you to constantly see yourself and the competition reflected all around you. You can't hide. It's enforced self-monitoring.
And if the uniform is about external pressure, the ultimate internal test has to be the Brazille Boys.
Ah, yes. The BBs. Shira's 5 sons. They are the giant, walking, talking temptation at the heart of the island.
International heartthrobs, and each one is a different archetype.
You got Darwin, the artsy, sensitive one, Taz, the serial kisser, Dingo, the prankster, Melbourne, the model, and Sydney, the high IQ, geek chic one.
And they're kept physically separate from the students, but they're always visible. A constant distraction.
And this, I think, is where you see Shira's manipulative genius.
Yeah.
Why introduce this massive variable into a controlled experiment?
Is the distraction the point? Is that the test?
I think it has to be. She's testing their ability to resist temptation and delay gratification. She's saying, look at this incredible prize, this male attention you could have. But if you let that desire distract you from your real mission, becoming an alpha, you fail.
And she says as much in her Big G Day address, right?
Yeah.
She warns them against mating.
Yeah, she's explicit about it. That time is not now. The boys are the bait. And their ability to ignore that bait is a measure of their discipline.
Okay, so that's the world they're in. Let's start looking at how individuals react to it, starting with Skye Hamilton, the perfectionist dancer.
Skye is fascinating. She's described as a dance wunderkind from Westchester. She even owns her own studio, BADS. Her whole identity is built on technical perfection.
And getting approval for that perfection.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's all about getting that silent nod from authority figures, like her old teacher, Madame Prokofiev. She doesn't just do the moves, she adds that little flair, that Bollywood namaste flower, specifically to earn that validation.
And this need for approval, it's deeply rooted in her relationship with her mother, Natasha.
It's the core of her psychology. Her mom was a famous prima ballerina, Natasha Flamenkopf. And Skye feels like she rarely saw genuine pride from her mother until the day that Alpha Academy acceptance letter arrived. So in her mind, her worth is completely conditional.
And even her acceptance feels a bit shaky to her. Her essay got misplaced, and her mother had to step in.
Right. Her mom admits to adding a few lines and sending in the video saying Skye's talent was the real factor. But for Skye, that just adds to this feeling that her position is precarious, that she has to be perfect or she'll lose it all.
This leads us to the HAD's tradition, hopes and dreams.
Such a beautiful but also revealing tradition. Natasha gives Skye this old, worn silver satin toe shoe and tells her to write her hopes and dreams on lavender-scented paper and hide them inside.
And Natasha's own HADs were these huge life events. Meeting Skye's father, opening the studio, having Skye.
And what's Skye's first HAD? Number one, it's not to be the best dancer. It's not to win the competition.
It is to make my mother proud.
That says everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
She's achieved so much, but her primary motivation is still external. It's that approval. And that kind of emotional dependency is exactly what Shira's system is designed to find and break.
And the breaking starts almost immediately in her first dance class with Mimi.
Mimi, the single-named legend, her mother's idol, which just dials up the pressure for Skye. And the class is in the Theater of Dionysus, which is made entirely of glass.
So everyone on campus can see you. You're always on stage.
Always. And Mimi goes right for Skye. Not for her technique, but for her identity. She calls out Skye's flashy wrist warmers with all the little charms on them.
The horseshoe, the dance shoe, the locker key.
Mimi says they're jingling, they're distracting, and she tells her to lose the sleeves.
So she's not critiquing her dancing. She's stripping away a piece of Skye's personal comfort, her identity.
Exactly. She's telling her to become a pure instrument without any flair. And then the critique gets even harsher when Mimi sees her hologram routine. She calls it highly inappropriate for a professional.
Because she's dancing for the claps, for the audience, not for the art.
And Skye's reaction to this isn't to reflect, it's to get angry and competitive.
That's when she writes her HAD number 3.
Crush Renee and triple like a chestnuts in a nutcracker.
Huh.
She immediately translates this deep philosophical critique into a petty desire to dominate her rivals.
And that mindset has an immediate physical cost.
It does. During attitude turns, she's so focused on outdoing triple threat that she pushes herself too far, her knee buckles, and she injures her ankle. Her body literally breaks under the strain of that competitive ego.
But the injury, which should be the worst thing that could happen to her, ends up being the turning point.
It's the crucible, as you said. She's stuck in this recovery lounger, this gel-filled chair, and she can't dance. All she can do is watch.
And that's when she starts coaching the other dancers.
The slabs, as they're called. Ophelia, Sadie, Prue. And as she's helping them, breaking down the moves, her focus shifts.
She goes from performer to teacher.
And in that shift, she has this breakthrough. She realizes it needs to be about the love for the craft, not for the claps that came with. The injury forces her to find an internal motivation.
The machine finds its heart.
But only after its engine broke down. It's a fundamental irony of the system. The girls only find that true, deep commitment when they actually stop competing and start collaborating.
So if Skye's journey is about stripping away a false perfectionism, Allie Abbott's is, well, it's the opposite. It's about building a completely false identity from scratch.
Allie A starts as the epitome of surface-level value, a mall model whose whole identity is wrapped up in her physical beauty.
And what shatters that identity is this incredibly brutal breakup. Her boyfriend, Fletcher, cheats on her with their friend Trina.
And Trina is someone Allie considers a 6.5 out of 10, and that's after Photoshop.
But the reason he gives is just devastating for her.
It's the ultimate indictment. He says Trina's artistic talent is more attractive than being a perfect 10. He wants to be inspired, not just look at something beautiful. And in that moment, Allie's entire currency becomes worthless.
So in her despair, she finds this acceptance letter and a gold A-pod. But it's not for her.
It's for Allie J. Abbott, the girl power poet, the ecomaniac songwriter who happens to live nearby but is conveniently off the grid on a mission in Antarctica.
And the decision is immediate. She decides to become Allie J.
The commitment to the impersonation is just. It's total. She dyes her hair black, gets green contact lenses, even draws on a coal mole to match a blurry photo she found. She puts on a secondhand white dress to channel this Emily Dickinson vibe.
And what are her actual talents, according to the materials she has?
Catalog modeling and a vast knowledge of mall culture. She knows she has none of the substance that this school is supposedly looking for.
Even the flight to the island is a kind of torture for her. The Alpha Jet has smell-o-vision.
Which is made from 60,000 recycled aluminum cans, a detail the real Allie J would have loved. But for Allie A, when they show a Leo DiCaprio movie, the jet sprays this scent of jojoba and eucalyptus.
Which was Fletcher's lip balm.
Exactly. She can't escape the very heartbreak that pushed her into this lie.
Right.
She's forced to drink weed-ass lemonade and wear Burt's Bees because those are Allie J's favorites. She's literally consuming an identity that feels wrong to her.
And this all comes to a head in her first writing class.
In the fuselage, a converted Boeing 747. Her teacher is Kiefer Lutz, a famous author who demands total, brutal honesty in writing.
Which is the one thing Allie cannot possibly give him.
So she tries to fake it. She writes this awful, shallow poem about a love triangle using geometry terms.
Obtuse, acute, where do I fit in? What's your angle? It's so bad.
It's a performance. And Kiefer sees right through it. He takes a paper she gives him, which is secretly an autograph request, and just tosses it in the recycling bin.
And he says something to her that's just so surgically precise.
He does. He says, I want to know what lies behind those green eyes. Somewhere inside you is a talented girl with something worth saying. He's basically telling her that the real story is the heartbroken girl underneath the costume, not the fake poet she's pretending to be.
But she's not ready to go there. So instead, she doubles down on the performance and goes after one of the Brazille Boys.
She goes after Darwin, and she charms him with this completely fabricated story about breaking up with a vegan over a triple meat burrito. It's pure manipulation.
But the act is wearing thin. The breaking point comes in the Arrow's sculpture garden.
Right. Kiefer asks them to write about the euphoria of love. And all Allie can access is her real pain.
She writes, every inch of sand and every sculpted smile is here to make me feel my heart. And I do, but like theirs, mine has turned to stone.
The setting becomes a metaphor for her own emotional state. And in that moment, she realizes she can't do it anymore.
She just runs out of the class.
She bolts, thinking Allie J wasn't her name, and she wasn't answering to it. Not anymore. The fake identity she built to escape her feelings has just trapped her in them even more deeply.
All right, let's pivot to our third profile, Charlie Deary. She's a completely different case. She's the ultimate insider.
She is. Charlie is the daughter of B, who was Shira's #1 assistant for years. She grew up around this world. She even spent 10 months on Alpha Island with her boyfriend, Darwin Brazille.
So she knows the system inside out, but she has this huge talent that Shira doesn't even know about.
That's the real key to Charlie. She's a secret genius, an inventor, and a designer. At 10 years old, she was taking apart Shira's hobo dog and putting engines in Brat's stalls.
And here's the biggest secret of all. Some of the academy itself. It was designed by her.
That's the incredible irony. Her mom, B, secretly gave Charlie's blueprints to the lab. So Charlie is walking around a campus that she, in part, created, but she has to keep it a secret.
And she almost didn't even get in. Shira rejected her because of nepotism rules.
Right. The only way Shira would let her in was if B, her mother, resigned and left the island forever. And B did it in a heartbeat for Charlie's incredible opportunity.
So Charlie is carrying this huge weight of her mother's sacrifice, and she also has to break up with Darwin.
She does it over Skype, telling him she needs to focus without distractions, which is the perfect alpha answer. But for him, it's just this incredibly painful moment that he compares to the Scream painting.
She's made all the right sacrifices, but it's still not enough for Shira.
Not even close. The second she's there, Shira pulls her aside and basically drafts her as a spy.
The ABS, Alpha Behavior Surveillance.
Shira tries to frame it as this huge honor. She tells Charlie that being the ABS makes her the only girl all but guaranteed to make it to the final two. She's selling betrayal as a fast track to success.
And Charlie resists at first. She tries to prove her own worth.
She does. She has her real application on a flash drive, all her designs, her inventions, and she tries to give it to Shira to earn her spot fairly.
But Shira won't even look at it. She just dismisses her, saying, I don't have to. I've known you for 14 years, Lolly.
It's the ultimate invalidation. Shira doesn't see Charlie's talent. She only sees her as a tool she can use.
And the pressure just builds and builds until she finally breaks.
It's at breakfast. Allie J, the fake one, insults her, calls her a brown nose, and then she sees Darwin, her ex, flirting with this new Allie J.
And that's the final straw.
That's when she snaps. She goes to Shira and gives her a name. It's implied to be Renee, which we find out for sure later when Renee gets expelled and screams, I told you Charlie was a spy.
So she gives in. She becomes the spy.
She does. But the guilt and the anger from that act of betrayal immediately push her into rebellion. She finds Shira's skeleton key,
The master key to the whole island.
hidden inside a globe, on Adelaide, which is Shira's hometown. It's the symbol of total control, and now Charlie has it.
And what does she do with it?
She doesn't use it for herself. She uses it to build the very connections Shira is trying to prevent.
She writes DBL agent in shaving cream on the shower wall for Skye and Allie J.
And she offers them access to the underwater aquarium tunnels, the tunnels that she herself designed.
So she's done being a pawn in Shira's game.
Exactly. She says she's tired of the reality show. She's sacrificing her guaranteed spot in the final two for a chance at real friendship and normalcy. She's using the Master's tools to dismantle the Master's house.
Okay, so this intense environment of secrets and competition has to come to a head, and it does, with Shira's Big G-Day address.
This is where she lays down the law. And she uses the perfect tool to do it, Greek mythology.
The story of Icarus, flying too close to the sun.
Right. She's talking about hubris, that excessive pride that leads to a hero's downfall. The whole speech is a very direct, very chilling warning to these girls.
And she's very clear about what constitutes hubris in her world. She says there can only be one alpha, and she connects rule-breaking directly to the Brazille Boys. There is a time for mating, but that time is not now.
It's a line in the sand. And she immediately makes an example of someone to prove she's serious.
The expulsion of Renee for a day.
The famous actress from the show Perfect Storm. Shira singles her out in front of everyone and calls her a stunning example of hubris.
And Renee's crime wasn't poor grades or a bad attitude.
No, her crime was using her outside knowledge, a 6-week DeVry software course, to hack into the school's system so she could talk to Taz and set up a date.
So she broke the isolation rule. She brought the outside world in.
She used her own ingenuity to circumvent Shira's control. And for Shira, that is the ultimate sin. So Renee is banished on the spot.
How do the other girls react to seeing this?
They're stunned. They realize this isn't a game. It's a zero-sum contest that will end in, a kind of tragedy for every single girl but one.
And Skye's reaction is very telling. She updates her HADs right away.
It shows her new mindset perfectly. Her new hopes and dreams are stay on Charlie's good side, recognizing the power of that new alliance. Claim Renee's closet, purely tactical securing resources. And finally, be the alpha. Her ambition has shifted from seeking approval to seeking total domination.
And yet, even after seeing Renee expelled for it, the rule-breaking continues. It even escalates.
It does. Charlie uses her skeleton key to orchestrate a campus-wide blackout.
And in the chaos, she leads Allie J down into the aquarium tunnels, the ones she designed.
She's taking control of her own environment. She arranges this secret meeting between Allie and Darwin. It's an immense risk, but the need for a real connection is more powerful than the fear of getting caught.
And this is a huge moment for Allie A.
This is her breakthrough. In the tunnels, she kisses Darwin, and for the first time, it's not a performance, it's real. And in that moment, she finally gets over Fletcher.
And Darwin is charmed by her. He even writes a song for her.
He does. Pressure is passion's poison. It's this moment of authentic validation that she's been searching for, but she could only find it by breaking the rules and using a fake identity. It's so layered.
But the moment doesn't last. She gets caught.
She's late getting back, and she runs into one of the muses who tells her she has to go to Shira's office.
Why? To pick up a package.
Medicine. For her medical condition. A condition that the real Allie J have, but that Allie A knows nothing about. The trap is sprung.
And when she gets to Shira's waiting room, the final confrontation.
She comes face to face with the real Allie J Abbott. Pale, not conventionally beautiful, but with the same black hair and mole. The real deal.
And then Shira walks in. She knows everything.
But instead of expelling her like she did with Renee, Shira offers the ultimate philosophical twist.
She praises her.
She does. She tells Allie A that the identity theft, the risk, the sheer commitment to the fraud, all of it proves she has do-or-die determination, a crucial alpha quality.
So Shira doesn't care about the lie. She cares about the ambition that fueled the lie.
Exactly. The raw, ruthless will to succeed is more valuable to her than any actual talent or honesty. The fraud itself was the ultimate test of her alpha potential.
But there's one final test for her.
The most terrifying one yet. She has to face the music. She has to stand up in front of the entire school and confess that she is a fraud, that she has no talent, and that her entire existence there is a lie. Her survival now depends on her ability to own her desperation as a source of strength.
So when we pull back and look at everything we've seen, what this deep dive really shows is that Alpha Academy isn't about achievement in the way we normally think about it.
Not at all. It's not about having a perfect IQ or perfect pitch. It's about having this extreme psychological strength. It's about adaptability and the willingness to sacrifice absolutely everything, your morals, your past, your relationships, to fit Shira's mold of the future.
The whole school is just one long stress test, designed to break them down so they can be rebuilt in her image. But within that system, we've seen these three really distinct paths.
We have. First, there's Skye. She came in obsessed with perfection and getting that external approval, and it took a physical injury, a disaster, to force her to find an internal motivation by coaching the slabs. She found the heart for her machine, but she found it through collaboration, not isolation.
Then you have Allie J. She threw away her own identity and built a new one, a complete fraud. But in committing so fully to the lie, she was forced to find something real inside herself, which led to that authentic moment with Darwin. Now she has to turn her biggest weakness, her deception, into her greatest strength.
Which is the ultimate alpha move in Shira's eyes. And finally, Charlie, the insider who gave up everything to get in, only to become a spy. But she used the very tools of control that Shira gave her, the key, the knowledge of the tunnels, to rebel and build alliances. She used the system to fight the system.
So the big takeaway here seems to be that identity at Alpha Academy is completely fluid, it's situational. The real test isn't about what you can do, it's about whether you can convince everyone, including yourself, that you deserve to be there, no matter the cost.
It's a contest of pure will. And that leads to this final, really provocative question that hangs over the whole thing.
Which is?
Well, Shira designed this entire world to be a place of perfect isolation. She bans distractions, she bans relationships, because she believes greatness is achieved alone.
Right. Connection is a weakness. It's
Yeah.
hubris.
But everything we've seen, every major breakthrough for these characters, Skye coaching the other dancers, Charlie building her alliance with the key, Allie finding a real connection with Darwin, all of it happens only when they break those rules.
When they connect with each other.
Exactly. So what does that tell us about the pursuit of greatness? Is Shira's ideal of the solitary, perfect machine even possible? Or is true strength, true excellence, always found in the messy, risky, rule-breaking connections that she's trying so hard to eliminate? It seems like the only way to become a true alpha is to defy the alpha who wrote the rules.
A question that's very much in the air as Allie gets ready to face the music and this whole contest moves into its next, even more dangerous phase. That's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thank you for joining us.